Hello, we're Yeasayer. I'm Chris.
I'm Ira.
I'm Anand.
I'm Al.
Al's our engineer.
Al's recording our new album, our third album.
Our wonderfully, beautifully recorded, masterfully engineered third album.
He's a wizard.
Good job, Al.
Oh, thanks, guys.
We're deep into the new album. This is the studio.
16 days before the studio burns to the ground.
Yeah, we're in Brooklyn. We're in beautiful Greenpoint, Brooklyn, New York, recording album number 3 for Yeasayer.
With tremendous help from the SoundToys
Mixing on the go, of course. From what kind of plugins?
The SoundToys plugins.
Yesterday we spent a long time having fun with SoundToys plugins. I don't know if we
did
found the thing we were looking for, but we definitely found a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
What were we using yesterday?
I believe that was Sound Blender and Time Blender.
Yeah.
Originally, I think we were working on our last album called Odd Blood, and we were working with a guy we were mixing, and he knew that we were all about strange sounds and trying to craft new avenues with plugins and hardware and just trying to go down different directions. And he kept talking about SoundToys, and he kept saying it. And so we finally looked into it and investigated, and we were starting to kind of fall in love with the things that you could get out of the SoundToys plugins. And that was the Crystallizer was I think the first thing he kind of turned us on to. With and also the tremolator. That's something that you didn't have for a while. Now you have it now.
I do. Well, thanks.
I was messing with it. I kept being like, Al, throw a tremolator on it. Throw a tremolator on it. He's like, I don't have a tremolator. I'm like, second-rate studio. Second-rate.
We had the filter freak.
You're the filter freak. Yeah. But we wanted the tremolator. I always we'll run a sample through. Just this is kind of a cool sample. Not really doing what I want to do. And you throw the tremolator on it and just try out a lot of different combinations of pulsing sound, and then it'll lead you to something else, and that's so great. I use Echo Boy a lot on the demos, and then here something. We did mess with Filter Freak a bunch to get.
Pretty much used everything a little bit here and there.
Yeah, we're all about. We've really no holds barred when it comes to we'll record something as best we can, and then we will just try to mess with it for days and days, and just keep coming back to it. Let's try this on it. Let's try this on it. So that's kind of what the SoundToys stuff is perfect for. Yeah,
I mean the plugins can sometimes just create an entirely new rhythm or syncopation that you never would have thought of. What was the one we put on the guitar line?
Yeah, that was the Crystallizer.
That was the Crystal. Yeah, we just had some slinky little guitar line, and then we put the Crystallizer on. It was it just gave it a cool little beat that I never would have thought of.
It was it just wasn't right. It was that riff stood out a lot. And then when Al threw something on it, he chopped it up, and it was it wasn't human all of a sudden. It was a way weirder. I picture it's it's an extension of a lot of the music that I like. Johnny Marr's guitar work. He was using the technology that was available to him at the time to get the crazy delays and
pitch shifts
and things like that. And now we're just kind of always about what's the newest way to manipulate sound and how do we keep pushing boundaries in that way. I think the music is what I've always thought is that your ears, you want to try to train people or train yourself to appreciate things in a new way. And sometimes you have to rely on random technology to make that happen. So scrolling through plugins, manipulating things on the fly, and all of a sudden it'll just catch you. And you're I'm not really sure why I like that, or if it's just hits in the right way in a new combination of rhythm and pitch, and there's a nice grit to it. And also the plugins always sound, they sound good.
Right.
They sound rich, and they sound like they have depth to them, which is.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the plugins that we used to work with. You'd put it onto the sound, and then it would kind of degrade it. And the more you'd be oh well, let's put another plug in, and it would degrade it even more.
Yeah, it was they became for specifically making things sound worse.
Yeah.
But SoundToys stuff, I can make a bad sound, and it'll make it sound
a lot
better and rich, and it's it is. It's kind of freaky sometimes. It actually sounds like it's a moving animal, kind of creating new textures. No, unfortunately.
Album is coming out tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. You want a copy, actually?
Yeah, I guess.